Let's go up here and go live.
Your filter looks better.
So this is probably better lighting over on this side.
No.
All right, we're live, y'all.
Oh, God.
Am I loud? Here we go. We are live from the studios, Constant Street in East Point, Georgia. We're trying to get set up, everybody.
That's awful. I don't even know what the fuck that is.
What did you do? Just end it and start over.
I'm 78 years old, okay? Give me grace.
We're going to do a little live for the next 30 minutes. Y'all are there. I tried to put the time on it. I told David, like, we got back from our morning walk, and I'm like, let's do a little live because this morning we're going to talk about the assassination of Charlie Kirk in the what the country is feeling this morning down here in Atlanta, Georgia. For some of you people, Charlie Kirk was one of the biggest stars in MAGA land, as we call it. That's beautiful over there. That filter looks good, doesn't it?
I think so. I look amazing. Thank you.
Ava will go live, but only she looks pretty. Before we get started, though, talking about our two posts that we both wrote this morning. What, you showing your boobies?
Okay. I think I'm ready now.
Before we get started, though, Ava's starring in a play that opens this Friday night in Atlanta that we're going to do a little promo for. So she is going to be center stage and one of the main characters of this play. It's a Topher Payne play.
Topher Payne. It's called The First Lady's Guide. I won't finish that statement because it's not safe for social media, but it's a new play. We're helping him create these characters, and it's about Florence Harding and the last day of Warren G. Harding. They were on a train tour across the country in 1923, and then...
Yes, and then it opens Friday night, so it's playing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all the way through the end of this month.
And the first weekend's already sold out.
We are sold out,
y'all. And the other tickets are going fast. And
they are.
And it's playing at where?
On Stage Theater. Yes, On Stage Theater in Atlanta off of North Decatur Road. I don't know their website, but you can Google them.
All right, America, here we are this morning. I was telling Ava as we was coming back from our morning walk, but let me get in all three angles right here. As we was coming back from our morning walk, it was kind of a somber walk. We did our little walking video with the sound of Marvin Gaye singing, "What's Going On?" Mm-hmm. You know, Martin. There's far too many of you today.
Good morning, Molly.
But good morning, TikTok. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, YouTube. Thank y'all for stopping by for a minute. This is a
broadcast all over the world.
This is a broadcast that we have access to from our living rooms now, where we can just speak to America, speak to the world. And there was something yesterday afternoon when we first saw the news that Charlie Kirk had been shot in Utah, and then for some outlets you could see the little video clip of when he got shot, and of course I watched it, and it's very disturbing. Yeah, shot. Yeah, that's why I like it. Ava said, "Quit using the SHOT word." But
something happened. When the event occurred,
something happened. Just made you kind of sick to your stomach for a minute, didn't you? Like,
I mean, I'm glad I wasn't watching. That's traumatic.
Is this our country now? Of course it is.
It's always
people will say in times like this, well, we're better than that. No, we're not. If we were, this wouldn't be happening. We're not better than this. I understand in theory what they mean by that. But anyhow, I wrote a morning post this morning, and Ava wrote a morning post about dealing with death and shootings and trauma and chaos. And
I've been trying to make sense of it all. Not necessarily make sense of it all. I mean, We know what happened. Trying to understand where some of these apologists are coming in, especially on the liberal side, and saying, and trying to police tone and saying, you should not be celebrating, you should not be doing this. Like, I don't condone violence. None of us condone violence.
Why would anybody ever have to say I don't condone? I can sit here this morning and I can honestly say my heart goes out to his family, his mom and dad. He was only 31 years old. As just a human being, as just humanity, and especially for somebody like me who I there's a Christ center that walks with me through this world, that my center is the love of Christ for people. All that sides of me, when I saw him be injured, I mean, you think, my God, he's got two small kids. Now they will go through the rest of their life not knowing they're dead.
And yet, I struggle. I understand what happened. I hate for people who witnessed it. I don't know. I struggle to feel bad for his family. He made the choices he made. He's going to, things have happened. And ultimately, unless there's a lot of something happening, his children will probably turn out just like him. So I just...
Yeah, here's my thing is, if we assume that words have power and words are energy and words have karma and words have all these things, yes, we believe in absolute free speech. People have a right to perpetuate hate speech. It's under the Constitution. It's protected. We have a right for free speech. But
let me just add an addendum for that. You have a right to a lot of things, but with rights comes responsibility.
Yes. But that's where my butt had stopped when you come in. But when he says, according to him, when they played clips that I've seen, were that it's worth some people being killed senselessly in order for the Second Amendment to be protected, did he speak his own death into existence? I mean, does that word, if I sat here this morning and if I said over and over and over again that, I'm going to step, you can step out in the front of a car and get killed. You can step out in the front of a car. If I perpetuate that so much, will I step out in front of a car and get killed? I don't know. There's a big, it's troubling, all of that.
It is very troubling. It is very troubling he was just 31 years old, but in 31 short years, my God, starting in, 2012, what a legacy he left on this earth. And that is what he will be remembered for.
But that legacy also has millions of people that love him, that followed him around, made him multimillionaires. He had great political power. They say the reason Donald Trump won this last election is because of his efforts to turn out young college students across the country to vote for Donald Trump. He had enormous power. So anyhow,
there is danger in wielding that power.
Yeah.
It goes both ways.
Are we about to revisit the 60s? They say everything goes around, comes around. Are we heading back into the 60s where that political violence becomes normalized?
Let's also back up here because I was thinking about this too. Eddie lives with someone who loves history. So this brief period that we've been in without political violence in America is actually an anomaly. Political violence has always gone hand in hand. And in fact, America started because of political violence. And we were hoping to craft a solution that would do away with that.
I know we're having this deep conversation right now, but I'm just looking at myself on this Facebook thing. My God, I look so good.
I was looking at me too.
Y'all, that's awful.
But made for each other.
So now do we enter into this phase, of darkness where that I kind of think this way, y'all. everybody has a right to say whatever the hell they want to say before thousands of people and make their points. But maybe it could make some of these politicians that just spew such divisiveness and hate, it could make them think, hell, I might get shot. I might need to shut the fuck up a little bit.
You need to choose your words carefully.
Yeah.
Because you're still on TikTok. I am ready for a photo shoot. Thank you. I'm gorgeous.
Yeah.
You would hope, and yet no. And it is the way that the cult of Christianity is based, to where it is persecution based. And the more you're persecuted, the more you turn inward and you feel vindicated and like, see, I was right. And it's a horrible positive feedback loop.
Hey, TikTok over there. Good morning. Eddie William Sowers coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, with my other half, the one and only Ava Davis. This morning talking about the assassination. That's basically what it is, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, one of the biggest stars in the MAGA movement. So I wanted to talk to Ava this morning also.
Don't they?
Huh?
Someone said your eyes look great.
Yeah, my eyes do look better than that. Y'all had eyelid surgery. I know a lot's going on in the world, but I had eyelid surgery 3 or 4 weeks ago, and all the bruising and swelling and all is just about gone now. And I agree with you, Stephanie, over on Facebook. Yeah, not that my eyes look great, but the other thing you said. So Ava, as a Black trans female, I'm so out to lunch because I know nothing about Charlie Kirk. I haven't followed his story. I don't watch Fox News. I don't look at conservative media. I never listen to Sean Hannity and Rush Limbaugh, whoever all those people are. So to me, I don't know much about him. I know that the reports said at the time that the incident happened, he was answering a question from a college student or somebody there about mass trans shootings as the incident happened. I'm trying to stay away from them other words because TikTok will pull us off and ban us.
They sure will.
So my thing is, on my morning walk this morning, I was asking Ava, what is that? Mass trans shootings? I mean, am I so off the radar and watching news and keeping up with events that I haven't been privy to all these tens and tens of transgender people out here doing mass shootings across the country? What is that he's talking about?
It's wild. You would think that the way that they're going on, that is just an epidemic in this country, when it turns out, if you look at the statistics, then it's the opposite.
Yeah, mass trans, and serious. That's the conversation that Republicans and MAGA are having when they have these big crowds that come together. They're talking about transgender people and how they're mass killers.
I mean, number one, to quote the great Mariah Carey, why are you so obsessed with me? But number two, so what happened is, after I think it was in Minnesota with the Catholic school and that event that occurred there, it was said that the person who did that attack, they were either trans or they had detransitioned. I don't know. I really don't know.
And what does that have anything to do with the prices of eggs in China? So what? Are trans people, for some reason, supposed to be incapable or impossible to do bad stuff? I mean, what does that even got to do with anything?
But what this whole regime functions on is generating outrage to enact the policies that they want to enact. So they were able to use that community as a scapegoat and now start coming for the Second Amendment.
Absolutely,
which,
Vanessa.
in a weird, crazy way, found me agreeing with the NRA.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, they did this thing. I did see the last couple of weeks that Trump was trying to mobilize to ban transgender people from being able to purchase guns. Y'all, that's the epitome of what hate speech is. Hate speech is simply boiled down to this: anybody that turns one group on or against another group. that's just the hate speech. That's the bridge between the hate speech.
What I don't want to do is minimize what happened to the people who saw what happened, because that is traumatic. And
That
yes,
would be that's traumatic to me. And I was sitting at A1 Blueprint. And I was just kind of
it's disturbing.
seeing it come across my phone. I'm like, oh my God, what?
The world, America has been sheltered from a lot of what happens, the violence in the world. In a sense, we just turned on ourselves.
Yeah.
But just yesterday, or it was either the day before, Russia invaded Poland airspace and activated NATO. Qatar, there was an incident in Qatar. Nepal, Gen Z has risen up in Nepal, and there is a whole revolution or something going on there. There are things, and of course, there are still children, unfortunately, in Gaza.
And Israel bombed Qatar.
Yes, that's what it was.
Doha, or whatever that.
So there are many things
going on in the world.
And especially the whole Russia and Poland thing. I'm not saying it's a manufactured distraction. I would never say that. I'm just saying put everything in the context.
And y'all all together with all this going on, whatever happened to the Epstein case and the files? Let's just, we're not going there, but it is ironic, isn't it? So anyhow, let me, but I'll just throw that out there. But let me say this right here. I'm sitting on the sofa last night watching a few minutes of CNN because I'm curious. Are they going to find the shooter? Are they going to breaking news? What's going on? I'm watching CNN, and they play the president speaking from the Oval Office, and here's what he said, paraphrasing.
Thank God I didn't see that.
He came on from the Oval Office and he said, political hate speech is what did this to Charlie Kirk. And
yes, Mr. President.
And I'm sitting there thinking, you idiot, you damn fucking idiot. You're the political hate speech in the country. You're the one that has spent 10 years dividing and putting this, just political hate. I'm like, you fucking idiot. You're sitting in the White House and you're the fucking reason that you're saying that he was done.
You were still on TikTok.
Okay.
It's also,
and it's almost like he's oblivious, but what he was going on to get into the point of saying was that them nasty Democrats, them nasty progressive, them nasty liberals, they're the one that's calling us bad people.
I don't know who this is. I agree. Charlie was saying everyone on the list should go to jail. I agree. Everyone on the list from the top down.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say that he did initially, Charlie Kirk did initially broke ranks with the White House, and he said the people on the Epstein files should be released. Of course, he kowtowed down later on, let's take a break. So, but anyhow, the president come from the Oval Office saying that, and I'm like, oh my God. And the MAGA people like, yeah, he's, the liberal Democrat. Y'all, the point I made in my post this morning was, if this happened, which it did, I'm glad it didn't happen in a blue city, in a blue state, with a blue mayor and a blue governor. It happened in one of the reddest states, in one of the whitest states. Ava and I have spent a couple of nights in Salt Lake City.
We spent one night, and I refuse to spend any more time there. It had bad energy.
Yeah, and we drove across Utah, and I will say that driving across Salt Lake and seeing it all, it's beautiful because I love oranges and reds and yellows in the desert. Utah, the landscape was beautiful. The state felt weird to us. It just felt weird. So anyway, and now we get to this other point. Somebody was a master marksman. From 200 yards away, y'all listen to this now. If you've been to a stadium is 100 yards, the football field. From 2 football fields away, up on the top of some building, one shot, and it was just a shot that hit.
Be careful.
Yeah. What?
It's the funnest game, playing this game with Eddie, of like, what is he going to say? Will he get kicked off of TikTok?
And then they haven't found anybody yet. What? Now, for all the millions of conspiracy theorist people out there, we're like, there's something strange about this. There was something strange about the president getting
We are still here for now.
there's something strange about the president getting his earlobe pierced while on stage up there in Pennsylvania, or whatever it was.
None of us are buying that. None of us at all.
There's something strange about the president getting his little ear
because
pierced.
there's no piercing, there's no mark.
And y'all, it makes no sense. I mean, who? Yeah,
Molly, it is hard to tell what's real. And even I saw on something last night where there was apparently an AI video of, for lack of a better words, the 47th president in the office, but it was an AI video. I don't know. I don't watch any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Not the AI, just the 47th president.
Anyway, I guess we'll we'll go forward today with this. I wish that hadn't happened to Charlie Kirk. America, you should be able to put your political views, no matter what they are. You should be able to express them without other people taking you out of here.
And yet, when you dog whistle and you call for the elimination of people, I just don't know what anyone would expect.
Yeah, I don't either. You know,
I'm not saying I would never say that I'm glad it happened. I'm not glad it happened. I hate that it happened. But it's also like, if you put that out into the world, what are you expecting to come back?
Yeah, and here's the other thing I want to say. Does anybody out here in America that might come across this, does anybody out here that thinks for one moment that Donald Trump will all of a sudden quit being so vile and vicious and will quit being so divisive, will stop trying to pit people against people? Do you think that the death of Charlie Kirk will have any influence on him to be kinder, to be nicer? Can anybody out here listening to me ever come explain to me one time in his political life where he's ever said, I need to bring the country together. I need to get people to get along. I need to sit down with different groups of people and us come up with things that would make the country better. We need to work together. We need to come to, can you picture Donald Trump ever being that person, ever saying anything kind toward anybody, you know?
I'll say, I remember concluding what I wrote this morning, and you can find it on Substack, I think, the Prismatic Queerdom. You have to prepare for times like these. He is not going to go out of office willingly. That movement is not going away. You look at history and you see how these things turned out. There needs to be a huge wake-up call on the liberal side, the left side, whomever, that whatever peaceful solutions we think we're going to find, we just need to brace ourselves.
Yes. Yeah. Y'all, I know some of you people that follow me on my Facebook page and on my some of my other pages. Y'all know the last few weeks I've been writing about the darkness that the country is going through, the darkness that the country is going through. And I know a lot of people that follow me, and I have 125,000 followers over here on my TikTok page.
Yes.
And a lot of people that follow me, I know sometimes they're like, Eddie, we love it more when you talk about your Granny Bratcher and her dipping snuff. And we love it more when you talk about when the Holy Ghost hits you, how you speak in tongues and all this other stuff. Y'all, the reality of it is we're living in very dark, dangerous times. We don't even know if America is already lost. I do know this as a prophet. America, no matter, there's not going to be some Democrat come riding around in 3 years on a white Democratic horse, whether it's Gavin Newsom or Bernie Sanders or whoever else might be out there, that's going to take the country back to the days where President Obama was president. That America is forever gone. We can never go back and be that America again. What we don't know is the future America. How do we make that America have some semblance of democracy? how to make that America include all people, how to make that America safe for everybody. MAGA wants to take their America and ram it up the ass of every other American, whether you like it or not. We need an America that's more inclusive. You know,
what I've been inviting people to do. So I got off of Amazon #1 because I had a purple pink dress and I needed to match it for a film premiere. But also,
the country's going to hell in a breadbasket, and Ava's sitting over here talking about how her necklace looks on the shade of her skin.
let them make cake. But what I've been telling too is, yes, we are in these times, but hope is one of the most powerful human emotions.
Yeah.
Hope for a better future, not just hope, but actively envision what you want to see. This will not last forever.
Yeah.
It will be hard to get through. Many of us may not make it, but we need to collectively imagine what we want to see after.
Yes. Anyhow, I told Ava when we did this, because she's got stuff to do. I've got stuff to go do. And so we have 4 minutes left. I told her, let's just do about 30-minute live. You know, some people come on live and do live for 2 or 3 hours. I ain't got that much to say. But y'all, it is trouble. You know, the old song said, troublesome times are here, filling men's hearts with fear. There's a very deep, dark, troublesome, dark cloud that hangs over the country. I'm going to take and tell you what that cloud is. That cloud's MAGA. That crowd is Trump and the orange people from the planet Trumper. MAGA's a dark cloud that hangs over this country, over this nation. We haven't seen things get better as promised when they came in, and let's be clear about this morning. MAGA is in control of the White House, the Congress, the Senate, the DOJ, most states across the country, and the Supreme Court is stacked with MAGA-nites. And so MAGA's in complete control. So whatever's going on, it's MAGA.
They should own it 100,000%.
Whatever is going on. Charlie Kirk got assassinated under MAGA's watch in a MAGA state among a crowd of MAGA people. And yet they're going to it's them radical Democrats that did it. No, let's be real. What's really going on in the country? We have elections that's going to be coming up in the next year. We have presidential elections to look forward to. I'm going to tell y'all right now, Donald Trump will not leave office unless he's dragged out feet first.
Everyone has been saying that.
Everybody knows that. And the MAGA thinks they have conned the country into taking and doing away with democracy and stealing the elections and putting the orange man in power. And now they're like, oh, we never given up that White House. We got dark, troublesome days ahead of us. And here's what we can do right now. What Ava and I are doing this morning. Be loud. Don't be silent.
No.
Use your voice. Be bold, be courageous, but also be hopeful. And I'll just say this also, and also have hope. If we don't have hope, the country's just going to hell. We have to have hope that if I ended my post this morning by saying, if we want the country to be better, we have to do better. And that's just where I'll leave it right here today. But I'm never gonna water down and be melted butter when it comes to the reality of what the issue is in the country that has brought this horrible evil and darkness upon our country. That evil and that darkness is MAGA, and it's Donald Trump and his movement. So anyhow, say bye, Eva.
Say bye, Eddie.
Bye.
I love you.
Love y'all.